Welcome to Smash Writing, and today we are embarking on a new journey. The new journey is we're going to review
Long, torturous, very disagreeing.
all the Bond films. And now we start this new idea since we put the favorites. It's probably the only good part of the film.
Really kind of is.
Fucking opening theme. Oh my god. Okay, so we're starting right off the bat. Dr. No.
Dr. No.
Shall we try to put together the plot?
We can try.
We can try.
The movie kicks off with a really long and weird Bond intro. That's a weird intro for Dr. No.
The movie was so bad.
But we get off with this one guy. He's killed off pretty quickly in a hit. And they kill off his secretary, Ivy. And that's what triggers Bond. And then we get Bond in because, I don't fucking know. What happens in this
So he
movie?
goes down to Jamaica because this is where everything...
Well, he's sent down to Jamaica because of the radio waves that are sending off cruise missiles. And they think something's going on, and he was on to it, and they send Bond down to finish the job. He's immediately attacked, or they immediately try to attack him by having a dummy chauffeur, which he calls out relatively easily. It's really weird. That seems weird. All of this movie is weird. Kind of gross. But he gets there, he tries to interrogate this would-be assassin, but they bite into a cyanide-laced cigarette. And he gets there, and they start directing him around who he should talk to and everything like that. And there's one island that they told me we can't go near. That's like Crabtree Island, Crab Island.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
Doesn't fucking matter.
the guy who was executed had taken stuff from there and tried to take it to his friend to get analyzed as iron ore. And the guy told Bond it was nothing special, but Bond learns that it was radioactive. This guy clearly knows a lot more and is working with someone. But then IDs the secretary because it's really hard. You know, she's actively eavesdropping on the conversation. So he goes to her house, warding off another would-be assassin, and sleeps with her because he knows she's under orders to not let him leave. So, you know, he'll spat her down. But eventually,
God, even the plot, even talking about the plot is bad.
I got notes. My notes weren't much better than what I'm making this out to be. It's
I
just
didn't even care.
weird.
I didn't even...
But anyway, he feigns calling a taxi, ends up calling the government guys to take her away, and the scientist, shows up to kill Bond, and Bond gets nothing from him and shoots him anyway. Like, oh God, you know he can't shoot you. You can interrogate him, but instead just shoots him.
Yeah, let's try to get information first.
But
He's supposed to be one of the best spies of all time.
Coral is his name, I think his name.
Yeah.
The boatman takes him to Crabtree Island, and they run into the girl, Honey Rider. I don't know who Honey Rider is. She has a knife. I don't know who she is. I don't think she's any other agent or anything.
No, I don't think so.
But they get captured and taken to go see the villainous Dr. No, who is set on stopping space launch on the Americans. And Bond breaks free and saves the day. Beds down Honey Rider in the boat, as one would.
Okay,
And that's the end of the movie.
thank God.
Yeah, that was a bad description, but this movie's not very great at anything.
How did this kick off?
Things really just happen.
How did this kick off the franchise? Like, I get it. You know, I think this was tough to watch. This was very, very tough to watch. Now, I did look, and these films, the first couple films came out literally back to back to back to back. So they had to film them, like, straight through.
Yeah.
So they probably was so invested in the first 5 films or so that
It's like they weren't sure where to go with this, and just kept everything loose so they can go in a bunch of different ways. We're introduced to Spectre here, but from what I was reading, that doesn't become a thing till Thunderball.
Yeah, yeah.
But
This movie,
like, Honey Rider's voted high up as favorite Bond girl. She doesn't do anything.
because I think it's probably giving the homage to the first, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I guess because she's the only one he didn't kind of like, sexually assault.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he did sexually assault Emily. I mean, he knows she can't leave, and he's kind of just got her down on the bed.
It's so going
Like
to
it's not sexual assault, I guess, because she doesn't say no or turn him down or anything. But
I guess, but that's a thin
like,
line.
he knows she can't do anything.
That
She's
makes
under
it.
orders from a scarier threat to keep him there.
That makes it like so like predatorial
Yeah.
because he she's there against her will, but not against
It
her
just
will.
feels
For him.
gross.
It does. Like.
Yeah, well, we were talking. There's like two other. Like we're talking about Jekyll and Hyde here soon too. We just talked about Jekyll and Hyde. Oh, that's a bad one. But let's go back to the movie. Like they introduced James Bond, right? And the suave guy. He's hitting on Trench. He made plans with her for the next day when he's getting called in to work, and he's immediately stripped of all that cool guy energy by M, who like talks down to him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Yes, sir. I'll give you my gun. I'll take this gun I don't want. Here's my gun that I do want." Like,
Yeah,
just immediately
in
defaced.
the later films, and I'm talking about like Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan, they seem M in '07 seems to be more of a working together.
Yeah, looser one, but like they know that Bond is going to do what Bond does, but there's still like a back and forth conversation happening. Meanwhile, here, man, it's just M is like, "I am the big dog here. You fuck off."
You listen to me,
And, like,
or you don't.
Even after the gun thing, like he goes back out to the waiting room, and you're expecting him to pick off with like the light flirtation between him and Moneypenny, and no, immediately cut off by M. Like, yeah, he doesn't have time for this.
Total cock blocking.
Yeah, he does not have time for this Moneypenny. He's busy.
I just
Like you just like took all the air out of the cool guy energy you had introduced with him in Trench.
So I think the main thing is how did Sean Connery portray James Bond? What do you think about?
I think fine, I guess. Like he had nothing to work with.
Yeah, we know Sean Connery is a great actor. Kicking off this franchise, it was like he was trying hard.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't bad, but like
Wasn't good either.
he hasn't set, the ball hasn't been set up yet. He's setting the foundations here.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna wait till I get further in to talk about Connery's portrayal as Bond.
yeah. I mean, God, there was some action. The action.
It's
scenes
so
were-
hard because the action in the 70s is such a different thing.
This was in the '60s.
And that was even more different.
So like
We're a long way from Pork Chop Express. I want to go back.
of course you do. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Okay,
want to
well
go
now
back?
I want to go. I can't wait for Pierce.
You realize how far away
We are so far from Pierce.
and of course my favorite one is Daniel Craig. I might be dead by the time we get to the Daniel Craig films.
I mean, it has to get better.
Can't get any worse.
Yeah, this is Dragon. This is not good.
The crazy thing is, like, you're watching this film, and the scenes almost seem like they're cut together. They're not flowed together, and they're just like, let's do this scene, let's do that scene, and
I don't know what that said.
and
Well, leave it this way. It's 11:45 currently. When we recorded this, they finished the movie at 8:45. So it's 3 hours ago I watched this movie. I don't know what happened. Nothing in this movie made it. It just seemed to be there.
yeah,
It was a thing.
I
There was
think
nothing really great. There was nothing too terrible, except for a few of the questionable scenes.
The only
Dr.
only-
No wasn't that. I mean, he had poise, but you only really get him for like 10 minutes.
yeah. God, there's only two scenes that I felt like was entertaining or good.
I like the opening poker scene with him and Trench.
Okay, that make that another one. The spider in the bed.
Well, no, that was dumb. Like, this is a tarantula.
That
They have all the poison of a bumblebee. Unless you're allergic to bees, the tarantula's not going to do anything. They don't bite you anyways. Their first line of defense is flick hair.
So that just cancels that.
And why would the spider go to him? Out of everything in the room, it's like, go to that guy.
Okay, so now the only good, entertaining scene then, well, not good, but it's entertaining because I thought it was going to go one way and it completely didn't, is at the very end when they're on the boat, okay, and they hook up to the U.S. agent,
Yeah.
and Bond unties it, and she sinks to her knees.
Oh, good lord.
You thought
Yeah,
I
thought it was going a different
was like, oh, dude, they're going to do a blowjob all in 1962. But then the next scene cuts back to him, and he's laying down there with her. You're like, dude, give me something.
Why would that be the thing you want? Like, that's what I want for my Bond. A beach scene.
Because there's nothing going in this film. This was brutal.
You're longing for those Wishmaster movies, aren't you?
This was completely just brutal, dude.
Like, this movie is way too long.
And it wasn't even that long.
It's an hour and 40-something minutes.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's fine.
Should be an average length film, but how bad this
The
was.
pacing's not good. You can cut like 40 minutes from this movie. And
The
make a
scenes
solid
were
hour.
extended longer than they should. And that goes, like you just said, that you can cut. The theme song was the best part. Pretty much once you watch the theme song, cancel the movie, get your money back. Or if you bought the box set, return half of those films.
You probably cut to Connery half.
And, we were making jokes now, but the fact that we got 27 of these films to do.
You added those extra 3. I don't want to hear it.
2. But it's scary because, like, you start off this one and it's just this bad.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be the gold standard that pierces later on.
Or the platinum status as Daniel Craig.
Yeah, the tin. There's nothing wrong with silver, Paul.
Well, this ain't even bronze.
No, well, Dr. No is like...
This is you finishing a race out of 5 and you finish 10.
And when you have the box set of James Bond and you realize Dr. No's missing, you're not too disappointed.
No. So let's overall give it a grade.
It's a D. It's not insultingly bad, but it's not great.
I am actually giving it an F. I can't read.
You're putting this in Wishmaster 3 territory? Is it as bad as Wishmaster 3 and 4?
In different directions.
Yeah.
I tried to watch this. I tried to enjoy it. I can't. And because of that, I am giving
Good. It made me want to smoke. I just want to keep lighting cigarettes doing it because he's continuously smoking in this movie.
So I'm giving it because, like I said, I can't rewatch it. I'm not going to rewatch it. I'll never watch this again. The story was not even... You couldn't follow it. The plot holes were too bad. I get it. This is the first one. This is in the 60s.
It's Rocky. Hopefully it's From Russia with Love is better.
Yeah, and that's going to be next month. But until next time...
Bye-bye.